What's happening, Canes fam? It's your boy CB, and we are back for my favorite segment on the channel, Huddle Watch Alongs with Recruits. On today's episode, I have a Canes commit for all you Canes fans out there. If you were looking through my videos and was like, man, but I got to see a pass rusher. I got to see somebody that get it in on the defensive side. I'm tired of seeing receivers. This is the episode for you. Herbert Scroggins III is a absolute beast in the trenches, incredibly versatile, can rush the passer, absolute monster against the run. And his first 2 years in high school, over 20 sacks, on pace this season for another 10 plus sack year. But you don't want to hear from me. You want to hear from the superstar himself. 4-star edge in the 2025 class of Miami Hurricanes commit, Herbert Scroggins III. How's it going, Brody?
Man, it's going good, man. Just living a regular day. So
How's your weekend going so far?
it's going good. It was a blessing seeing, Miami and Florida play yesterday, and knowing Miami bust them or 43-17, like that was just crazy. But they put in the work for it, so
All right,
it was a
so I
blessing, bro.
know I know there's at least one group chat. I know it. How crazy was the group chat popping yesterday?
Man, hey, as soon as they But hey, so I have a. It wasn't really. I don't really be in my group chats because they be OC. They like, oh third, but I see your team. I see your team. But I have one of my coaches a Florida fan, and as soon as we won, I text that man. Hey, I just put the hands, the little U with the green and orange, bruh. He was so thorough. It was hilarious, man. It was
I know he
hilarious.
was sick. And he knew the text was coming too. So I know he was
He knew it
extra
was
sick.
coming.
He knew. The second he saw your name too, he was probably like, he can't do nothing. He gotta accept this troll.
Has to
You can't
accept
do
it.
nothing now. You got bragging rights for a whole 365.
Yes, sir. You already know.
So for you, I
Uh,
know you've gotten to see the team close up, obviously got the relationship with the staff. You got to see the things that Coach Taylor, Coach Gidry is telling you this team, how this team's going to look this year. What was it like from your perspective, seeing, oh, they won line. They're going to have a deep rotation. They're going to rush the pass rusher. They're going to get after it. What was it like seeing that defense for that first game?
oh man, the things they was telling me when I first visited, it was like, man, you gonna get after the quarterback, you gonna get after like for your position, for the jack position. It's like, bro, you gonna be eating, especially for the whole D line. Y'all boys gonna be eating, and then you just having Coach Joe and Coach Taylor coaching you too. I was like, man, hey, this D line gonna be crazy. So just what I'm saying, the things they was telling me, what I'm saying, in the spring and on my OV, the work they was putting in. I was watching videos on YouTube how much the O and the D line was working. I was like, okay, them boys getting it in, man. They playing Florida, man. We gonna, what I'm saying, we gonna see what they got going on. And just to see that, just to come in reality, all the hard work them boys been putting in, it was like, bruh, them boys was not lying. They was literally a man of their word. Like they was not capping when they said they was gonna be eating in the trenches, bruh.
It's got to
So
be
yeah,
good to see those pay off because they
yeah.
tell you what it's going to be like, showing you a little bit of what the game plan. That you sitting at home like, oh, he went bushing.
And
Like
he wasn't. He was
they
not.
they they getting after it. So I
For
gotta
real.
ask, other than knowing that they're building a team in the trenches, Mario is trench oriented. Whether that's offensive or defensive line, he knows you got to start and win in the trenches. What was it that went into that decision where you looked at Miami and said, "Yeah, this is my home"?
Man, so I'm trying to. My ultimate goal is to make it to the NFL. So it was
Yes,
like it
sir.
made sense, what I'm saying, being coached by Coach Taylor, who play the same position as me, even though he's a little bit taller than me. We play, what I'm saying, we play the same position, we use the same moves, we quick off the ball, what I'm saying. It made sense. And then just having a good education coming from there, they
Yeah.
have smaller classroom sizes. It was like, man, and it's a private school. I'm coming from a private school, I go to a military private school. So it was like, it's really no kind of no difference. And everybody can't get into Miami. So, it's it played a huge part in that decision.
I like that you thought about that too. It was all right, ball, but also I'm getting a piece of paper from wherever I'm going for the next 3 to 4 too, and that matters connections wise, yeah, there's a life after football. Even when you make it to the league, there's a life after. You play 10 years. You still got to be a grown adult out here.
Right,
And
right,
like you looked at it was like, all right, I go to a private school. This is a this is a seamless adjustment for me. I understand how they want to do things with smaller classrooms. I got better intimacy with my professors. I love that it went that deep for you that you're looking at the smallest. All right, at least like my classroom situation gonna be similar. So I like
right.
that it wasn't just ball for you; it was a complete package.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So
Uh,
you mentioned Coach Jason Taylor. I got to mention Coach JT. Gold jacket, one of the best pass rushers to ever grace this game. When we spoke to Lightfoot last year, he mentioned that he was giving him moves to do, and he started doing some of them in camps and stuff. He was like, and they instantly worked. How much has he already helped your game just in a little bit of coaching and advice he's been giving to you?
it helped a lot. If I can show you on one of my film, if you go to my huddle, we played Burke County Friday, and he was like, we was talking about a long arm. You know, I use a long arm a lot. So I was like, uh, on my OV, we sat down. He was evaluating my film, and um, he was like third. He said, "This how you know the long arm is gonna work. If you shock him in the chest, and his helmet goes back like this, and his chest like if you just you know what I'm saying. If you see that, you know it's you know what I'm saying it's working. So he said you gotta strike the chest. You gotta put you know what I'm saying 2 feet in the ground like it's yeah right here right here. So he was
I had to,
like,
hey, I had to pull this up for
hey
them. I'm
hey.
like, I know they thinking, all right, we got to see this. All
So
right,
it was like. And then it's just like when you strike them back, it's the quarterback just gonna sit in your lap. If you strike them, the quarterback is gonna automatically go inside, and it's just easy. It's the easiest, you know what I'm saying, easiest move to, you know what I'm saying, the do. It's like you just the quarterback is gonna be literally in your lap the whole game. If you just strike him back, he gonna go about 5 yards back. You see, and just it's easy. I didn't even have to
worked
really
like a
do nothing. I just
charm.
works like a charm, man. It's just like just one move, pow.
Hey, I know right after you tackled him, you was probably like, oh, he wasn't playing. This
He
works.
was
Like this
not playing.
really works. Like
He was not playing. So, hey man,
that's
but
invaluable. Having somebody obviously that not just played the position, right? He was recruited at the position. He had to go through the same things you did. He had to be a true freshman trying to get on the field. You know, how much does that obviously go into the decision to commit, but made you also feel comfortable knowing that anytime I got a problem, I can go to him not just on some, this is my coach, on some, all right, take the title away from it. Bro, when somebody did X, Y, and Z to you, how did you stop this? And he can really on the sideline go, all right, so in '03, I played a tackle that he was doing this to me, the same thing that's getting
mhm.
done to you. And all you got to do is make this adjustment. How
Right.
much of that also factored into you wanting to pick the U?
Man, he's a like I said, he's a D lineman just like me. We play the same position. He went through the same struggle, went against great offensive tackles and everything. He can show you like if this dude does this, you know you can go here. If he does that, you can go here. It's like man, it's like you talking to yourself, your older self in the mirror. So it's like man, you just know what I'm saying. It's more comfortable, talking with another D lineman, and he's a Hall of Famer too, and he played the same position. So I mean, it's really nothing else to say. He's
Yeah,
just a
it's
yeah,
it's
and then he's a
it's
great
very
coach too. Cause
simple.
when I went to a camp, man, I was like, Coach, man, you know what I'm saying? How you do this? How you do that? He was like, man, I'll show you. And guess what? We got right to work. We was working for like 15 minutes. He was just showing me all type of moves, how to use your hands, be explosive off the ball in 2 point stance, being low. Bro, it was great being coached by him on that little camp.
And he loves it too. You could tell he has a passion for it. And you mentioned another D line coach on this Miami staff, another guy doesn't get enough credit, but another guy just has the passion for teaching. Coach Joe Salaveo. What's that relationship like with Coach Joe?
Very energetic, man. He's Samoan, so he's a big man on a big
Yes,
religious
he
guy,
is.
and I love him, man. The guy, he texts me and my family every day, saying, God. God is good. God is a blessing to us for waking us up this morning. Just being,
Love
a
that.
hundred, keeping 100 with us, as a family. And he played D line, played in the trenches, and he's very energetic though. He's a down to earth, energetic type dude that you wanna, be coached by, and he'll keep it real with you all the time. Like he'll never lie to you.
There's something about that staff where when they're recruiting, they care about relationships first, with the personal relationship first. Then they recruit you. So many Canes commits, when you ask them, they're like, "Well, I'm not recruited, more so as I just have built a relationship." Like that's my homie now, who's also recruiting me. Like Kevin Beard's great about that. Coach Salavea, Coach Jason Taylor, and obviously Mario. So before we get into this film, I gotta ask you, do you remember your very first interaction with Mario Cristobal?
What's my first interaction? I think he one day. No, I think when I went to the spring game to watch some play, and then like I was walking with Coach T, and then like I walked in, he said third, like he had saying my name so long. It was hilarious, but it was like it was a well welcome, like he was being welcoming. I dapped him up, and then he talks about he don't really like talk about football first. He talks about your family, how you doing, how's your life. You know what I'm saying? Talks about the important things than just football. So he talked about just family things, and then he got into football, recruiting, and things like that. But he's gonna always talk about what's going on in your life before anything else. So yeah,
That's one of the things I love about him is like I said, he's all about relationship first. You know what I'm saying? Because
right,
recruiting can be very superficial, but he actually does take the time. I love the fact that the staff tends to know and retain information about players that you would think is small, the kind of chips you like, just like the little things, just to make you feel at home and to make you feel welcomed.
right.
It's this feeling of like once you're in your family, whether you ultimately do decide to come here or not, they're still going to treat you the same way to make you
Yes,
feel at
sir.
home and to make you feel comfortable.
Right,
For those
right.
of y'all that's like, all right, I want to see him hit people now. I gotta ask you something as we get to this film, because you're someone that is just an absolute monster as a pass rusher, but also just as efficient against the run. And obviously, you've seen Gidry's system these past 2 years. How much did seeing what a guy like Ruben Bain did as a freshman helped influence you? Because obviously, the game isn't, y'all's skill set isn't exactly the same, but two guys with incredible ballers who can get after the quarterback and with the various different moves in their skill sets, you can see like, all right, this is another beast they bringing in. How much did that Ruben Bain freshman success help you want to become a Cane?
Man, just seeing him being a freshman All American, it was like, man, he's a freshman doing that, what I'm saying, at the U where, what I'm saying, a freshman, anybody can play. And Coach Taylor told me, he said, it don't matter how old you is, what, what I'm saying, grade level. He said, man, if you can play, what I'm saying, you gonna play. And Ruben Bain did it his freshman year and became a freshman All American. So I was like, man, because I can, what I'm saying, if I work my tail off, do what I'm supposed to do, I can play as a freshman myself.
And I love that it's that like, what we started out talking about, right? They can tell you something, but then you got to still see it. So they're telling
Hmm.
you this, and then you see Ruben Bain, freshman All American. It's like, oh, I can do that. Like,
Right.
obviously, you got the confidence in yourself. We see why. So you
Yes, sir.
looking at that going, oh, I could be the next freshman All American then. The
Right.
reason I keep rewinding this second play, bro, there's taking on a block, and then there's eliminating a block.
Oh
Hey, how excited
man.
do you get as a pass rusher when you see a running back done tried you like this?
Man, I get, you know what I'm saying? Just I don't even know why you even trying to come at me. You know what I'm saying? Like it was like the whole let me tell you about that game. So I had what four sacks that game. And bro, like the whole game I had to get double team and triple team the whole game. And it was like it was making me mad because like why is y'all you know what I'm saying? I mean, I know I'm like the best pass rusher, not just being cocky, but I'm the best pass rusher. But like, I don't like to be, you know what I'm saying? I see the respect, but you know what I'm saying? don't be try to be, you know what I'm saying, extra with me, you know. But it was like, man, why is you sending? You're not even a running back. He's actually a tight end. He was just in the backfield, just being there. But if just get out my way.
Let me tell you why they doubled you all game. Let me tell you, third. I'm gonna tell you right now. It's because the one time they didn't. The one time they did not double you and said, "All right, we're gonna put a tight end back here. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna have him in the H back position. We're just gonna slide him off. He gonna protect the quarterback's front side." Man's got blown up, and his quarterback
Strip
got
sack,
wrecked.
strip sack.
Strip sack too, not just a regular sack. I guarantee you that was the last time they didn't double team you this game.
It
They
was
they they, they gave it one shot. They said, "All right, maybe we'll get lucky." 11 said, "Nah, fam." And the offensive coordinator
no,
after that was like, "Double him, triple him, put all five to the right. I don't care." How much
it
did you
don't
have to
matter.
make adjustments to your game, bro, after seeing double teams and triple teams?
I had to really pay it, like not pay it, play it patiently. Just you gotta when you strike or you know what I'm saying, do a little long arm, you gotta let the quarterback come to you instead of going to him. So you gotta drive the person. You kind of gotta bait him. You gotta bait the quarterback because he's already looking down the field looking for a wide receiver. But if you can, you know what I'm saying, bait the dude to at least get in the quarterback, like bait the off the tackle to get in the QB's vision, getting knocked back, you got to bait him to step in the pocket. So you got to be patient on, your pass rush and things you do. So
How
yeah.
long did it take you as a pass rusher to not just develop that patience, but hone in on it? Because you fire off the ball like nobody's business. You got one of the quickest first steps you can have. So I can see how the mentality can be, "Man, being patient. I can get to the quarterback," but you've had to teach yourself that patience. When do you feel like that became a big asset of your game?
This year, not this year, my junior year. It took a while for me to, develop as a pass rusher. My freshman year, I wasn't recruited. I was undersized. I was like 180, 170, 180. I wasn't getting looked at until my sophomore year when I had a breakout season. So, as the years went on and as you get older, you get to, what I'm saying, understand the game. You watch film, you watch yourself throughout the years. You always got to watch the bad plays of you and the good plays of you. You can't really, what I'm saying, skip out on the bad plays. So you got to watch the good plays and the bad plays and, evaluate yourself. And then when you see the mistakes you made and the mistakes, not the mistakes, but everything you did good, you just got to put it into next year.
This motor makes sense. So you got a ridiculous motor because you started out as an underdog and you
Hmm.
never lost that chip. You can see it. The tenacity you chase plays down from the backside. This play is not flowing my way, but that don't mean I'm out of it. Like I will make sure I'm in it.
Right.
The ability though to be effective, bro, from a 2 point stance, a 3 point stance on a slot receiver out here bumped out, that versatility, has that always been a part of your game, even when you were the underrated pass rusher before
Yes,
you were
sir.
4 star? Did you still have that versatility where no matter where your DC puts you on the field, you can get it?
Yes, sir. It always been like that since I was young, playing in the nose guard position, the three tap play. So I played everyone on the D line. You know, it always been a factor for me. And then uh, it was like I was mad too because it was my revenge season because I was getting overlooked because of my height and and everything else. So I was like, man, I ain't okay. I'm about to go crazy because it's like I was so mad because you know people was just overlooking me. So I was like, man, I just gotta ball out. So that's what I did. But it always has been a factor in me.
So what was it like? I know obviously the ratings are the ratings. They're proof of concept. They're just proof that what you're doing is paying off. But there is that proof. There is that, all right, people are starting to take notice of them long hours, them extra lifts, that one extra set I'm doing is paying off. What was that moment like when you got those 4 stars, when you started to see your name get the recognition it deserved? What was that moment like to look at it and go, all right, it's not just me noticing this now. The nation is starting to catch up to who I am.
Yes, sir. Like I said, man, it's all God. It was a blessing from the man above, man. Um, I gotta tell you the reason I got my 4 stars was because of that Hampstead game when I blew up that tight end. That was my, to be honest, it was a rivals dude at that game. I didn't even know somebody was at the game, and at that chance, I just went crazy. That was my best game of my life. And like after the game, I had an interview with the news, and then I woke up the next morning on Saturday, and it was the dude from Rivals. He was like, "Man, bro, you had a heck of a game. I was at the game." He was like, "Bro, you gonna have some stars coming soon." Like 20 to 30 minutes later, bro, it was like he posted like a whole like article on me. I was like, "What the world?" And then I looked and I had 4 stars. I was like, bro, just off of one game. And after that, I just been, what I'm saying? I had pride and I just went off that whole season. Just went off.
I love that too because it's that old adage of you never know who's watching. You really never know who's in the building. He could have been there to watch an offensive tackle. Then you work
Mm-hmm.
that tackle, and he like, all right, who this? Like,
Yes, sir.
I may
That's
not
what I'm
be
saying.
here for him, but I am now. Like I didn't come
Mm-hmm.
here for him, but I'm definitely here for him now.
Facts. Facts. So it's just, man, just keep, you got to work when work in the dark, man. You know what I'm saying? Don't ever try to, you know
Love that.
what I'm saying, fake in the light. You know what I'm saying? Think you do something, do your stuff in the dark, and it will put you in the light. So, all the stuff, all the sets, all the things, me being disciplined as a student athlete, it came into the light, and, look at me now. Blessed by
I
the man
love
above.
that.
So, you know,
The reason I keep rewinding this play, this is that motor and that integrity I'm talking about. And the reason I say integrity is because not saying players give up on plays, but let's say you decide, I flushed him out enough. He can set his feet, maybe complete this ball, right? Now,
mm-hmm.
11 hounding him the entire time, and it forces him to get rid of it when he doesn't want to. Boom. Now it's a pick. Now you didn't create a highlight for your homeboy because you never gave up on this play. That
Sir.
kind of motor, that rises other people. That now somebody on rivals done looked at your safety like, okay, who that now? So it's
Yes,
the
sir.
little things you do that you may not even realize just got him noticed, just got him a highlight. How much you take
Mm-hmm.
pride in that as well, and being the guy where, okay, now I'm the 4 star. Now when I go off, they watching all my boys as well.
Man, like I said, bro, you gotta at my school, bro, you can't be selfish, man. It's what I'm saying, you helping your team out. Like we play technique and doing every not my fault, I'm stuttering. We play technique and do the things that we supposed to do in game because other people to make plays. So the things I do on film, like wrong shoulder and making it bounce for a one-on-one tackle for my inside linebacker, to make him have a play and also get looked by scouts and make my D tackles like everything is put in for other people to make plays, not just you. You gonna make your plays, but it's just for other people to make plays. And I've never been a selfish person, and I like to see what I'm saying, my friends and my teammates succeed. Like one of my players right now on that left tackle, number 76. That man just got 2 offers today from Mizzou,
Let's go.
and like he just getting offers like crazy now because not just because of me, because he put in the work too, but it's just the our defense is designed for everybody to make plays. So,
How much you take pride in that as a leader, obviously on the team, and seeing your other teammates succeed as well. Like I would imagine at this point, there's pass rushers, freshmen and sophomores looking at you, watching everything you do. They watching every drill you do. He do an extra rep. He stay and run after practice. I got to because man, somebody could tell me I can't go D1, but the dude right in front of me going to Miami, so I know it's possible now. So they watching you like, hey, if I just do what he do, if I put in the same work, if I go to class,
hmm
third is showing me that I can do this too. How much do you take pride in that and being that leader for your team?
I take a lot of pride in that, man. The little things matter into being successful. If you can't do the big things, you can't do the small things, bro. So it's like you have to, show these. If you got to lead by example, not just everybody don't have a voice where you can just talk to somebody and tell them, to do this, do that, and how to get better. You got to show it through just film and your work ethic. And that's what I did. And now you have a lot of kids, you know, coming from ground zero like me, just getting offers, getting looks, because I came from ground zero having nothing, and now I have something because of the work I put in. You can't listen to all the people that say, "Oh, he can't do it. Oh, he too small. Oh, he too slow." Oh, you can't listen to that. You gotta listen to your heart and listen to the man above, man. Then you gonna be straight.
That very mature and disciplined way of looking at football, that don't just start on a football field, bro. That starts from home. Where does that mindset of, if the work is in front of me, you got to get the work done, no excuses? Where does that come from, bro? Because that's different.
My grandmother, man.
Let's
My
go.
grandma, my father, and my mom. It played a, my grandmother played a big role. Um, Before she passed away, before my sophomore year, entering my sophomore campaign, I was taking care of her and and things like that. But it came into play because she's a school teacher. Her and my grandfather, she was a school teacher for 40 years. My grandfather was a master sergeant in the army, and I used to live with them. So it was like all that. It was hard on me, on my books and football. She didn't really care about football. She just cared about my grades. That's why I got 3.9 and still being good at football, because she cared about,
Let's
what I'm
go.
saying, my grades. But it was like, man, she was very hard on me about having great manners. That's why I say yes sir, no sir. It's just you have to, what manners here leads you farther than money. You can, if you have manners, people is just gonna look at you different. So you have to have manners, and it's respect. You can't look at, you can't look at the downfall of people and judge them. You got to look at, what I'm saying, the worst part of them, and see the best part of them too, and try to build them up from the things they struggle in. You can't never bring them down. You got to lift them up. You know what I'm saying? It sounds like I'm preaching like a preacher, but it's like
Hey,
it's the
y'all in
facts.
the
I'm
chat. If
just
you're in the chat right now, third preaching right now. That's
it's
but that's real. That's real though, right? Because it's
yes,
more than
sir.
just football. That's being a leader in life. That is making sure you're elite as a human being. Your grandma she was like, yeah, he got bent, he can get around the corner, but he need to be an elite human being. Like he needs to
He
be
needs,
he needs to be
yes,
a good
sir.
person as well. Like you gotta
Right.
have both.
Have
So
to.
what you said there was something that stuck out to me, was that for them, school always came first and you needed to be elite there as well.
Right.
Shout out to grandma, may she rest in peace. I know she's proud. How let me try to word this in the right way. How did
See.
that feel that day committing to Miami? That's not just a great school athletically, but is a great academic school, knowing that these are the kind of things that she wanted for you. Yes, if you're gonna play ball, that's cool, but you need to also be elite in the classroom. And on that day, you commit to a school that is an elite academic program as well as a football program. How great did that feel for you, bro? Knowing that that's the kind of decision she would have wanted from you.
It felt amazing, and I'm glad, what I'm saying, you must be from above, man, because that was the question, what I'm saying, I was looking for. That weekend, sorry for I'm going away from the question, but that weekend
Now you
that
good.
that I went on my OV to go to Miami was the day, that OV day was the day she passed away. And it was a hard day for me too. But that day, when I was looking around the school, looking at Miami, looking at the football, looking at academics, I was like, okay, this school, what I'm saying, this is showing me something, because it's no academics like that. And the small classroom sizes, the football, the people, the culture, I was like, man, that job hit. It was hitting. And then over what I'm saying, the week, it was between Auburn and Miami. And I was like, bro, going to Miami makes sense because it's a big academic school. And then it was like, man, and it was like the day my grandma passed away was the day of my OV, where I had an amazing time. So it was like, bro, it just all came into play. And I think it was from God and her, man. It was crazy, bro. But
She sent you one last message. She was like, I got one
mhm,
last lesson to teach you. I got one
right.
last one. School
Check.
and ball, but school first.
Right, because football is not gonna last forever. If you have it's if you can do your schoolwork, you know what I'm saying? Like I say, discipline yourself, do the little small things right. You're gonna be successful in life because if you can do the small things, bro, like just working, working at a fast food restaurant, getting up in the morning even though you don't want to, just the small things, bro, you're gonna succeed in life, bro. I'm telling you, it's
Look,
it's
bro,
it's just a discipline thing.
I don't care what you decide to do, bro. Whether it's defensive end at Miami or you decide I'm painting tomorrow or I want to hopscotch for a living. With that mindset, bro, you're gonna be successful no matter what it is. You can decide tomorrow. I want to be a poet. I no longer want to play football. I want to write poems. With that kind of drive, with that kind of maturity, with that kind of look, if it's something I'm focused on, I'm gonna give it 110% day in and
Yes,
day
sir.
out. There's gonna be good days, there's gonna be bad days, but I'm gonna give it my 100 every day. No matter what you do, bro, you're gonna be successful at it. Like I
Yes,
say it
sir.
all the
Appreciate
time.
it.
Cristobal wants to build a championship culture. You need championship young men. And that, yes, you need the guys like third that can get you 20 sacks in 2 years, but you also want the 3.9 GPA too. You also want the dude that when he says 10 reps, says we doing 12 because we want to be that much better.
All right.
Getting guys like you, getting young men like you is how he turns that around. That's how he continues a championship winning culture. It of course you got to have ballers on the field, but you also represent the university. Every time you meet somebody and you shake somebody's hand, you're representing Miami. You are
Yes,
the
sir.
kind of young men that needs to be representing Miami. I obviously he recognized that because he saw the film and was like, "Boy, if y'all don't get me this young man, I'm gonna lose it." So
Yes, sir.
clearly he recognized it. But I had to
Yes,
give you
sir.
that shout out because a lot of times I know we just see the football player. We see, is he gonna be an early enrollee? How many sacks he got? How many tackles he got? We're talking about a young man with a 3.9 that walked into Miami and still thought about academics, that
Yes,
walked
sir.
into Miami that's put countless NFL players in the Hall of Fame, 3 this year on the ballot, and his future position coach is going to be a Hall of Famer, but he still want to see how big the classrooms are.
Yes, sir.
That is the kind of young man that's going to build this dynasty for Mario. So I had to shout that out.
Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you.
Bro,
Yeah.
look, thank you so much for coming on. I wish you nothing but health and success this year. 3 sacks on the season already. Do you have a goal? Is there a number you want to get this year?
I'm trying to get to at least 15. Even though we plan on a big national scale, you have the number three hardest schedule in the nation. I'm just trying to, get at least 15 by the end of the, year. My senior
Hey,
campaign.
so
So
what I like to say on this show is we speak it into existence. Ain't no if. After you get 15 sacks this year, because that's what's gonna happen, we're gonna have you back on so we could watch this year's film. We could kick back and be like 15 sacks, and we're gonna sit there and watch them all together and enjoy it just like this year's film.
yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm going to get 15 sets this year.
Let's go. You are going to get 15. 3 already. You on pace. Ain't no if, ain't no maybe. You're gonna get 15. Let them know where they can follow you on Instagram and Twitter so that they can keep up with you this year as you on that drive for 15.
So my Instagram is third underscore on underscore go. So it's 3RD underscore on underscore go. And then my Twitter is at third underscore Scroggins. So y'all boys follow me on there. Yeah, for
Go
sure, bro.
follow him right now. Those links are in the description. All you got to do is click them. It'll take you straight to his pages and his huddle as well. The reason I wanted to put his huddle down there is throughout the year, Canes fans, if you're like, oh, he playing, so he just told you number 3 hardest schedule. So when you look at their schedule and go, oh, he playing this offensive line, they playing this running back, and y'all want to see him dominate, they break the games down game by game. So we'll be able to keep up with them all year to watch this drive for 15. Bro, again, I wish you nothing but health and success this year. Go ball out. I speak for all of us when I say we are pulling up, we are watching, and we cannot wait to see you go off.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you for having me on here.
No problem at all, bro. Like, share, and subscribe. Go follow bro right now. All Canes fans, get off the video and go follow bro right now. We out.